Okay, so I wanted to show you this mattifying powder real quick. So this is the mattifying powder, same one you have. I just have the older container because it lasts forever. Okay, so when you get it, first of all, there's like a little plastic tab that you have to pull up so that the holes are exposed. So then you get the powder, right? You might the first time have to kind of like dump it out. Then after that, it just kind of shakes around. And then you can close it if you want. I never do, it never spills out. You just kind of be careful when you open it. How you apply it. So there's a couple different ways. First, you do want a brush, and typically you want the big fluffy brush. I just don't have that with me right this second. So I will kind of show you with this one, but I like the big fluffy brush, like the fan brush or something. And you can apply it under your foundation or over your foundation to kind of matte your look, matte your foundation look, especially if you don't want too dewy or you're feeling a little bit oily or you're in a humid climate. It really, really helps. I also really love using it under my eye area, like right here. And for that, I'll take a little brush, or sometimes I'll just take my finger. I'll usually take like what's left over in here, and I'll just kind of dab it right under here and kind of make sure it's blended out just a little bit. And then it keeps like anything that's like might run on my eye makeup to stop from running, which is super, super helpful, especially if you're gonna be in like humid climates, like I am a lot, or you might be like sweating, stuff like that. It's also sometimes nice, like if you're using cream shadows or cream products on the eyelid, to put a little bit of that on either over or under. You can kind of play around with what you like. So that's how you use it. And then if you're gonna use it with like a brush all over, you can kind of take it. Again, this is the wrong brush to use, but just to kind of show you, tap it out, right? So I'm kind of like tapping out the excess that I got. So you're left with like a very translucent powder. And that's the reason it's not a pressed powder, which is why you don't have like a round, like the powder round, right? Because it's not a pressed powder. This is a translucent powder. And so then you would just kind of like dab it where you need it, right? Maybe like, forehead or whatnot, and dab it all around where you need it. Again, that would be over my foundation, but there's a lot of articles, a lot of people that say they love it, the translucent powder under a foundation as well. So you can kind of play around and see what works for you and what you kind of need it for. But I swear by this stuff, it does last forever. And it's just like a helpful thing to have on hand for when you need it. Some people like to use it every day because they like a more matte look. Other people like to use it just if they're feeling oily or need to kind of set their makeup a little bit. It helps with all that. Okay, I hope that helps.